Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Study English with Frank. So glad that you're joining us, and I would like to put out a special welcome to all of our new students that are joining us from all over the world. So many have been subscribing to our channel, and we want to give you a special welcome. Today, we are on part 3 of a series on jobs that people do, the type of occupations that people have. And so we've been asking the question, what do you do? And we're learning all the different types of things that people do at their job site. And so, if you're ready, let's go. Today we're going to start out with the arts and talk about a musician. What do you do? Oh, I am a musician. And if someone says that to you, you might want to follow that up and say, oh, what type of musician are you? Because there's many different kinds, right? They could be a guitarist, like the photo that we have here, or they might be a pianist, someone who plays the piano. Or they could be a cellist, someone who plays the cello. Or a violinist. So many different types of musicians out there. And so you'll want to ask them, what kind of instrument do you play? Our next occupation is actor. Actor. Everybody loves to go to the movies, right? Or to a play and see a story performed for us. And there are people whose job it is to act out these stories. And so we have actor. Now, the thing to know about this term in English is that it can refer to a person who is a male or a female when they say, I'm an actor. However, it is more usually referring to a male who is an actor, and a female will call herself, usually, an actress. I am an actress. Actress. What do you do? I am an astronomer. An astronomer. And this is a person who investigates the cosmos, the stars above us. And it's important to make a distinction here, I think. We don't want to get this word, astronomer, mixed up with an astrologer. Astrologer. There's a really big difference between an astronomer and an astrologer. An astrologer is a person who studies the zodiac. And those are the 12 signs that people are born under. And some people believe that depending on the month that you were born and how the stars line up based on the month that you were born, that they might be able to predict something that might happen to you today or in the near future. And of course, this is not a real science. And so if someone says to you that they are an astronomer, that is a real science, is a real scientific endeavor. And they are a real scientist. And so if you referred to them as an astrologer by mistake, they might be a little bit offended because an astrologer is not considered to be real science. It's just for fun. All right, so be sure you don't make that mistake between an astronomer, real science, and an astrologer, just something that people do for fun. All right, draftsman. I am a draftsman. A draftsman is someone who draws blueprints for buildings or other mechanical designs. They draw on paper the complete plans for the device or the building that is about to be made. I am a draftsman. What do you do? I am an architect. An architect. And you might wonder, well, what's the difference between a draftsman and an architect? Well, usually it's about 4 to 6 years of difference in education. The architect has to go to university much longer than the person who just takes up the draftsman. A draftsman just basically does the drawing, whereas an architect will actually do the design work of a new model or a new house or a new building. They will propose plans based on their designs. And as they're making these designs, they need to know what is going to work, what's going to not collapse when it is built. Whereas the draftsman just basically draws what the architect has designed. What do you do? I am a bus driver. A bus driver. And many of us will probably know people who are bus drivers. Bus drivers. We really appreciate the work and service that they provide to the public in getting them from place to place. People especially who live in large cities who don't want to purchase a car because of the difficulty of finding parking might take the bus to work a lot, or children going to school need to go on the bus. And so it's important work to be a bus driver and provide that service. What do you do? I am a trucker. A trucker. These are the people that drive the big trucks on the road to take our products from place to place, from city to city, from the manufacturer to the distribution points. And this is important work as well. We really appreciate truckers because without them, we would not be able to enjoy the many products that we use every day and the groceries that we buy at the grocery store. These are all brought to the store by truckers. I am a trucker. I am an engineer. Oh, you are an engineer. What type of engineer are you? Because there's many different types of work that an engineer can do. They might work together with the architect to design buildings and bridges that are going to hold up under stress and weight and hold up during earthquakes. It is the engineer that might know how to design these along with the architect in a way that will hold up under stress. The engineer. But engineers can do all sorts of other work as they design buildings and products and machinery. An engineer. What do you do? Oh, I'm a shipper-receiver. A shipper-receiver. This is the individual that works at a manufacturing site or some other corporation that deals with a lot of goods, and they are responsible for receiving products into the site that might be needed in the manufacturing process, and then when the products are finished, he may be responsible for shipping those products out. Now, if it's a large corporation, this job might be divided into two people. So, he might say, I am a shipper, or I am a receiver. If it's a large corporation, they'll divide this up into two separate jobs, and people might be a shipper, or they might be a receiver. But if it's a smaller corporation, one person can do both jobs, and so they'll say, I'm a shipper-receiver. I am a factory worker. A factory worker. I work on the line, they might say. I work on the manufacturing line at the factory. I am a factory worker. And a factory worker can do all sorts of things depending on the type of product that a company makes. When I was a boy, only 15 years old I think it was, I worked at a baseboard heater factory. And I did all sorts of different jobs at the factory. What do you do? Well, I am a forklift operator. A forklift operator. And this is a person, again, who works usually at a manufacturing warehouse or some other type of warehouse that is storing goods, and they move big crates around, usually on a pallet. They might stack up 20 boxes on one pallet, and the forklift operator can put his machinery right under that pallet and lift all 20 boxes at once with his forklift truck. I am a forklift operator. What do you do? Oh, I work on a farm. I am a farm worker. A farm worker. I am a farm worker. And this is a person who just works right on the farm. He doesn't own the farm. He is just employed by the farm to help grow the vegetables. And then he gets paid either by the hour or the day or the week, depending on the type of farm worker he is. Maybe he's just a day laborer and might move from farm to farm as needed, or he might work full-time for one farm. A farm worker. What do you do? I am a farmer. A farmer. And when someone replies that they are a farmer, it usually implies that they own the farm. It's in the family business. They own the land, they've purchased the machinery, they hire farm workers and pay farm workers to help them with the farm, but they own the farm. I am a farmer. What do you do? Oh, I am a postman. A postman. And in some countries, the postal service of the country still delivers letters and small parcels door to door. People will have a little mailbox out in front of their door, and a postman will walk through his assigned territory, delivering the mail right from his pouch into people's mailboxes. Here in Canada, we have a little different system. The postman, or postal worker, we might say, if it's a woman. And by the way, I probably should point out, these job titles were set in place a long time ago when women didn't really work in the workforce as much. Back in the 1950s, let's say, women usually only either stayed at home, or they were a secretary at an office, or they were a nurse, or they were a school teacher. That's about the limitation of occupations for women back then. And some of these titles, like postman, were developed back in those days when there were very few women walking around the neighborhood delivering letters. And so because of that, the job title was postman. Today, there are a lot of women working for the post office and deliver letters and packages. And so postman doesn't really fit anymore, does it? And so it might be better. Someone might say, I'm a postal worker. A postal worker. Some of these older titles that included man are changing to be able to be more inclusive of women. And so now a person might say, I'm a postal worker. A postal worker. But in Canada, we don't have postal workers that come around to each individual house delivering letters and small packages. The government of Canada has set up regional centers in every neighborhood where there may be 50 to 100 mailboxes in one location. So the postal worker only has to go to each one of these central locations for each neighborhood and can very quickly and easily put everybody's mail in each of their slots. And then it's the people that come out of their houses and go to this regional mail center and with a key open up their box and pull out their letters. And it's much more efficient to do it that way. What do you do? Oh, I am a delivery man. A delivery man. And as we pointed out just now, this term is kind of falling out of use because there are a lot of women who also do this same work. And so people are more likely to now call themselves a delivery person. A delivery person. And that kind of covers all of the bases, right? Whether you're male or female, or you might want to be called something other than male or female, it all kind of falls under the same term, delivery person. What do you do? Oh, I'm a shop clerk. A shop clerk. And that's someone who works at a small shop and helps customers out when they come to purchase things. They're there to answer any questions and help with the sale of the goods. A shop clerk. What do you do? Oh, I am a veterinarian. I am a veterinarian. And a veterinarian, of course, is someone who works with animals, especially when they're sick. They're there to help make our animals better. Sometimes it even includes an operation. And people in Western countries will spend a lot of money on their pets. And if a dog has swallowed something and it's clogging up their stomach and they're about to die, well, they might perform an operation on the dog that might cost $2,000 or $3,000 just to save the dog. What do you do? I am a singer. Oh, you are a singer. I would love to come hear you sing sometime. Where do you sing? Are you a recording artist? Do you record music? You might ask them, oh, do you compose your own songs? Because that's really special when somebody not only can sing very well, but they can compose their own music. So there's lots of questions you can ask someone who says they are a singer. A singer. What do you do? I am a window cleaner. A window cleaner. And this job can range anywhere from working in an office, cleaning people's windows, to working on high-rise buildings, dangling by ropes. So it's an interesting job that people have when they say they are a window cleaner. I am a taxi driver. A taxi driver. And in some countries where I've lived, like Vietnam, this is the way to get around town because not a lot of people own their own cars in Ho Chi Minh City and they need to take a taxi if they want to go somewhere. All right, well, that's it for this section. Now we can do our vocabulary drills. Musician. Musician. Actor. Actor. Actress. Actress. Astronomer. Astronomer. Draftsman. Draftsman. Architect. Architect. Bus driver. Bus driver. Trucker. Trucker. engineer, engineer. Shipper-receiver, shipper-receiver. Factory worker, factory worker. Forklift operator, forklift operator. Farm worker, farm worker. Farmer, farmer. Postman, postman. Postal worker, postal worker. Delivery man, delivery man. Delivery person, delivery person. Shop clerk, shop clerk. Veterinarian, veterinarian. Singer, singer. Window cleaner, window cleaner. Taxi driver, taxi driver. All right, well, that does it for today's lesson on occupations and the work that people do. I hope that you enjoyed the lesson. If so, give it a like and share it with your friends who may also be learning English. And if you haven't done so yet, I invite you to subscribe. So long for now.